AI is on the verge of completely changing education as we know it. It holds this incredible promise, a future where every single student gets a learning experience that's built just for them. But, as we're about to find out, this amazing new tool has a hidden catch, one that could change absolutely everything. I want you to picture a typical classroom for a second. The teacher is up front explaining a new idea, and it looks like most of the kids are getting it. But what you can't see are the tiny misunderstandings taking root. We call these learning gaps, and they have this nasty habit of growing in silence until it's way too late. And that silence, it's a massive problem. In fact, research shows that a whopping 2/3 of all student learning gaps fly completely under the radar with traditional teaching methods. Just think about that. It means by the time a bad grade on a test finally raises a red flag, that student might already be weeks or even months behind.
Okay, but this is where AI completely changes the game. See, a teacher has to juggle, 30 kids at once? An AI system, though, it can watch every single click, analyze every answer, and notice every little hesitation for each student individually. It can spot those patterns of struggle the very second they start. And that right there is the first huge promise of AI in education, the power to see what we're missing.
So, all that real-time diagnostic power, that's what fuels this idea of personalized learning. Instead of making every student march down the exact same path at the exact same time, the AI actually reshapes the curriculum around the student. It's a total shift from a one-size-fits-all approach to, well, a one-size-fits-one. So what does that actually look like? Well, let's say a student starts to get tripped up on a concept. The AI doesn't just barrel ahead. Nope, it slows right down, it offers up simpler examples, it gives extra explanations, all until that light bulb finally goes on. And on the flip side, if a student is just breezing through the material, the AI hits the gas, unlocking tougher content to make sure they stay challenged and engaged. Okay, but that's the theory. Does this stuff actually work in a real school with real kids? Well, the data pretty much screams yes. Let's take a look at a case study from a place called Lincoln Elementary. They brought in an AI platform designed to do exactly this, catch those learning gaps in real time. So what happened? After they rolled out the system, the school saw math scores jump by 39%, and that was in just 6 months. This wasn't about teaching to the test. It was about making sure every single student had a solid foundation before they were asked to build on it. But here's the number that really blew me away. It's the impact this had on the root of the problem. The schools saw a staggering 92% drop in those hidden learning gaps. So the AI wasn't just a band-aid helping kids get better scores. It was fundamentally fixing the things that were holding them back in the first place. And what about the teachers? This is huge. With the AI taking over tedious tasks, grading, making personalized worksheets, tracking progress, teachers at Lincoln Elementary got back an average of 8 hours a week. That's an entire workday, a whole day freed up to do what they do best, actually connecting with their students.
And you can really hear the difference it made in this quote from Jennifer Martinez, one of the third-grade teachers. She said the tech allowed her to stop being reactive, always playing catch-up with kids who've fallen behind, and start being proactive, heading off problems before they even start.
So let's recap. We've got a technology that boosts scores, closes learning gaps, and gives teachers back a huge chunk of their time. I mean, it sounds perfect, right? Almost too perfect. And that's because as researchers started digging in, they found a pretty serious and frankly worrying downside. Just look at this breakdown. When students are using the AI, their homework scores go up and they get things done faster. But then you take the AI away, like for a big final exam, and things can get ugly. One study found a 17% drop in performance. And other research found that even when the AI helps produce grammatically perfect essays, the actual reasoning skills on display are much weaker.
So, what's going on here? Well, experts have a name for it, the transfer problem. It's what happens when students get so good at using the AI for help that they never actually build that durable, long-lasting knowledge they need to solve problems on their own. The AI stops being a tutor and starts becoming a cognitive crutch.
And the reason why is actually pretty simple, but it's so important. Real learning, it isn't supposed to be easy. It requires what educators call productive struggle, that feeling of your brain really having to work hard to figure something out. If an AI tool just hands you the answer every time, it can actually rob you of that struggle, which is where the real learning happens.
So, does this mean we should just ditch AI in the classroom? Absolutely not. It just means we have to be a lot smarter about how we build these tools.
The goal shouldn't be to create a shortcut to the right answer. The goal is to build a tool that helps students figure out how to find the answer for themselves.
And a huge part of that is remembering that AI is here to support teachers, not to replace them. By automating all that administrative busywork, the grading, the worksheet creation, AI frees up teachers to focus on the truly human parts of teaching, being a mentor, sparking curiosity, and leading those deep, complex conversations. So what does a smarter AI tutor actually look like? Well, it follows a few key rules. First, it guides. It doesn't just tell. So instead of seeing 2 + 3 = 4 and saying, wrong, the answer is 5, a smart AI would ask a question like, what if you counted out 2 blocks and then added 3 more? What do you get then? It prompts the student to discover the answer. Second, it provides support or scaffolding, but then it slowly fades that support away as the student gets more confident. And finally, the ultimate goal isn't just to drill facts, it's to teach students how to learn, to build those critical thinking skills they'll need for their entire lives.
When it's all said and done, the whole challenge and the incredible opportunity of AI in education really comes down to this one question. Building an AI that can solve any problem for us, that's an amazing achievement. But building an AI that can teach a child how to solve any problem for themselves, now that would be a revolution. And the future of learning really depends on us getting that right.